Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video, and today we're looking at my Buckshot Blaster, otherwise known as the model 1900 Factory. But first, can I quickly just highlight the effectiveness of dynamite once again, as this clip really shows the damage that can be achieved with it. It's been quite a while since I made my tips video for its usage, and I still see barely anyone using it to its full potential. The link to that video will be in the description down below. Anyway, today I'll be giving you an overall rundown of the model 1900 Factory, plus my tips and tricks for using it effectively, and I'll also be including a brief section about using it without auto-rotation, as this mechanic has a much larger impact upon weapons that can potentially kill people in one shot. Now, if you end up finding this video helpful or enjoyable, then I genuinely appreciate taking that split second to hit the like button, as always. With that being said, let's get into this. So the model 1900 is a double barrel shotgun that has two variants, the Factory and the Slug. We'll be focusing on the more traditional Factory variant today, and this thing is dangerous. It can seriously rearrange faces, stomachs, really whatever you point it at. But there are definite drawbacks to balance out its strengths, and we'll come to those in good time. Now let's get to the basic stats of the weapon. It has a rate of fire of 300 rounds per minute. This is by far the fastest of any shotgun currently in Battlefield 1. Now obviously it does only have two available shots before reload is required, so it's not quite as impressive as it initially sounds, but it essentially means you can either blast the enemy with two shots extremely quickly in order to near guarantee you pick up the kill, or you can fire one shot and know you can easily fire the second if required at any given moment. It also has almost, if not exactly, the same range capabilities of the model 10A Hunter, which almost all of you know means you'll be able to pick up some ridiculous kills at range sometimes, but it will be a less frequent occurrence with the model 1900 Factory, as you only have a third of the available shots that the model 10A has, plus greater horizontal recoil. The shot dispersion is also not as tight as with the model 10. Now you may be wondering why I'm focusing so much on comparing the model 1900 Factory to the model 10A Factory or Hunter. Well, it's because the model 10 is the dominant shotgun in Battlefield 1, as again you probably all know. So this is the model 1900's greatest competition, but also this is the weapon that it is most similar to in terms of its role, and this will likely be pitted against it for a slot in most of your loadouts. But those of you who have been around this channel for a while will know that while I value stats, I place personal experience above them generally. So let's talk about the unquantifiables for a while. The gun is fun, like seriously fun. If you like shotguns at all, then you'll likely take some enjoyment from using this weapon. But fun doesn't necessarily mean good. Now that's not to say it isn't a good weapon, because I think it is, but there are those significant drawbacks that I alluded to earlier. The most obvious one is only having two potential chances to kill someone with your primary weapon before you need to reload. Now while the reload doesn't feel like it takes too long, it is obviously somewhat limiting still, having to do it so often. If you see more than one person, you're likely going to be in trouble. Or if you miss a shot on someone, and obviously if you manage to miss two shots, then you're likely going to visit the respawn screen very soon. It's not a forgiving weapon, it's not a versatile weapon, and you're probably going to have to pull out a pistol at times for these reasons. But what it is a dominant 1v1 weapon at close range. You could point towards all shotguns essentially being that, but this is an extreme case. Take the highest base damage of any buckshot shotgun in the game, add the highest rate of fire for any shotgun in the game for that follow-up shot, and then add the available range of the model 10A Hunter. If you're proficient with a shotgun, then you're going to win a lot of close range battles with this weapon. Now apparently there is also the option of adjusting the fire mode to shoot both barrels at once. I didn't even go looking for this and try it out, as I absolutely didn't want to be limited to one shot at a time and wasn't having any real issues with killing people with the standard fire mode anyway. If you in fact can change the fire mode and you've done so, then feel free to let me know in the comment section how you got on with it. Now if you've not tried out this weapon and you're interested in doing so, or if you did use it and didn't have much luck with it, I'd advise pairing it with dynamite for when you're being pushed and don't have time to reload, and also potentially gas to try to dissuade enemies from doing so and possibly giving you the time to get that reload off. Also get very used to listening for footsteps and sticking to advantageous areas of the map. I have a full shotgun guide available if you'd like more guidance, and I'll again link to that in the description. Now as promised at the start of the video, let's talk a little about using the model 1900 without auto-rotation enabled. Essentially you can take most of what I said so far and just intensify it. Using auto-rotation to pop shot in Battlefield 1 is very effective with potential one-shot kill weapons, and it really helps to balance out some of the deficiencies that the model 1900 Factory has. Having so little available ammo means it's incredibly important to hit your shots without auto-rotation. So taking your time when you need to and trusting that the gun will put the enemy down is important. It is difficult difficult for this playstyle for obvious reasons. Catching people unaware will go a long way towards helping you to succeed, and the right player can do seriously good work with the Model 1900 without auto-rotation. But I feel like it isn't going to be a popular choice for this minority due to how unforgiving it is. With the other shotguns, you get more follow-up shots to help to compensate for your aim perhaps being a little off. It's fun, dominant in the right hands, but for most it will probably just be occasionally used. If you're someone who regularly plays without auto-rotation and you've used the Model 1900 factory, then let me know in the comment section what you think of it. As an overall conclusion though, for all kinds of players, I'd apply what I've just said about using it without auto-rotation to using it with, but to a lesser degree. It's a super fun weapon, the ability to pop shot increases its viability, but there are more forgiving and versatile shotguns out there, so this probably won't be that popular a choice, especially when you consider the slug variant has a much greater range capability. For the right player, the factory variant could be great. I personally really enjoy it and did some good work with it, but I understand that the majority probably won't, as most people seem to gravitate towards what's easiest to use, what's most effective to use, and what the accepted meta is. But this is all just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. There's a link towards the bottom of the description to help to support the channel for $4.99 a month if you're feeling especially generous today and want to keep me fed, because times are tough on YouTube, especially if you're a small channel. Feel free to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.